Good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most misunderstood lonely nomad, the man who holds the back doors of the Q5 and N24 buses, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, um, And yes, this is a redo of episode 267. Um, a redo of 267. And yes, you're rocking with me alongside with watching, listening, and streaming of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast, live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube. And of course, if you're new to the channel, and you miss any episodes whatsoever, please feel free to go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me and alongside with alerts so you don't miss out on anything. And leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics and tell us what you think about the topics in the episode. And of course, you can listen, stream, and watch these episodes. And also be sure to share the videos, share the episodes. You can also download the episodes, even your favorite ones. Your favorite ones. But not only that, you can also add the podcast to your playlist, like Spotify for podcasters. You have Spotify, you have Audible, alongside with Odyssey, you have Castbox FM, you have Amazon Music, you have iHeartRadio, YouTube, whatever streaming platforms you have, wherever you get your podcasts, including Capsule FM. All right. Um, when you add the podcast to your playlist, you will be notified on new episodes that will be dropping on every streaming platform. All right, just to let you know for your information. All right, so I will handle the rest where you can listen to the episodes at the end of this podcast recording. All right, so yeah, let's before I get into the training news, let me go right here to the mental health check-in segment right here. All right, so let's get into it right here. Right now. All right. Let's get to it. All right, so we're going to be talking toxicity. How do we handle toxicity from family members, friends, and other stuff? So let's get into it right here. I'm sorry about that. All right, so and this is from the website verywellmind.com. All right, so listen to this. So you have the toxicity in relationships. So let's get into what a toxic relationship is. So it's one that makes you feel unsupported, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. A relationship is toxic when your well-being is threatened in some way, emotionally, psychologically, and even physically. On a basic level, any relationship that makes you feel worse rather than better can become toxic over time. toxic relationships can exist in just about any context, from the playground to the boardroom to the bedroom. You may even deal with toxic relationships among your family members. People with mental illnesses such as bipolar disorder, which I talked about in previous episodes ago, major depression, or even depressive tendencies may be particularly susceptible to toxic relationships since they are already sensitive to negative emotions. Um, for example, someone with bipolar disorder who is in the midst of mixed or depressive episode may have a somewhat weaker grip on emotional stability than others, and that may make that person an easier target for toxic people. However, toxic people can affect anyone. Here's what you need to know about toxic relationships, including what makes a relationship toxic and how to determine if you are in one. You'll also find tips for effective ways to manage these types of relationships, such as going to online therapy or online couples counseling. Okay, so let's take a look at the signs of a toxic relationship. So only you can tell if the bad outweighs the good in a relationship. But if someone consistently threatens your well-being by what they are saying, doing, or not doing, it's likely a toxic relationship. Relationships that involve physical or verbal abuse are definitely classified as toxic, but there are other more subtle signs of a toxic relationship, including you give more than you are getting, which makes you feel devalued and depleted. Damn, that's pretty deep. You feel consistently disrespected or that your needs aren't being met. You feel a toll on yourself, your self esteem over time. You feel unsupported, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. You feel depressed, angry, or tired after speaking or being with the other person. Hold on, let me get a sip of something. Hold on a second, folks. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Had to drink a little tea real quick. Um, where was I? Um, yes. Let me continue where I left off. Um, yeah, let me repeat what I just said. Actually, you give more than you are getting, which makes you feel devalued and depleted. You feel consistently disrespected or that your needs aren't being met. You feel a toll on your self-esteem over time. You feel unsupported, excuse me, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. You feel um, depressed, angry, or tired after speaking or being with the other person. Um, you bring out the worst in each other. For example, your competitive friend brings out a spite based competitive streak that is not enjoyable for you. You are not your best self around the person. For example, they bring out the gossipy side of you, or they seem to draw out a mean streak you don't normally have. Um, you feel like you have to walk on eggshells around this person to keep from becoming a target of their venom. You spend a lot of time and emotional strength trying to clear hold on, trying to cheer them up. Um, you are always to blame. They turn things around so things you thought they had done wrong are suddenly your fault. All right, so toxic versus abusive relationships. Not all relationships are abusive. However, all abusive relationships can be considered toxic. In a toxic relationship, there is usually a lack of respect and a violation of boundaries. Sometimes this behavior occurs without the person even realizing they are doing it. But if this kind of behavior is consistently repeated with the active intent to harm the other person, the relationship could be considered abusive. Abuse can take many forms, such as psychological, emotional, and physical abuse. Abusive relationships tend to also follow the cycle of abuse. For example, the stages of the cycle of abuse usually involve um, tension starts to build, an act of abuse occurs, the person who committed the act apologizes, blames the victim, or minimizes the abuse. There is period of a period of time during which no abuse occurs. However, the cycle eventually repeats. Um, in addition, toxic relationships may be more subjective than abusive ones. For instance, if you have a history of being lied to, you might consider anyone who lies a toxic person. Someone else might be more willing to to let it slide, excuse me, and give the person who lied a second chance. Jeez, I wouldn't want to be in that predicament. That's for sure. Um, um, yeah. So if you or a loved one is experiencing abuse or any kind, there are resources that can help. If you or a loved one are a victim of domestic violence, contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-7233 for confidential assistance from trained advocates. For more mental health resources, see our National Helpline database. All right, um, we got toxic versus healthy behavior. When determining if a relationship is creating toxicity, it's important to look at which behaviors are being displayed most frequently in the relationship. In other words, if one or both of you are consistently selfish, negative, and disrespectful, you could be creating toxicity in the relationship. But if you are mostly encouraging, compassionate, and respectful, then there might just be certain issues that create toxicity that need to be addressed. It's important to recognize the signs of toxicity, whether it's in you or in the other person. Here are some signs of both toxic behaviors and healthy behaviors. So let's start with toxic behavior first. I'm pretty sure that so many of you out there are probably familiar with these words right here, starting with insecure, jealous, negative, self-centered, selfish, critical, demeaning, distrusting, abusive, and disrespectful. And for the healthy behavior side, you have secure, loving, positive, giving, selfless, encouraging, uplifting, trustworthy, compassionate, and respectful. Now, types of toxic relationships. It's important to note that toxic relationships are not limited to romantic relationships. They exist in families, which is included in the workplace and among friend groups, and they can be extremely stressful, especially if the toxicity isn't effectively managed. When there are negative behaviors, some people's constant complaining, critical remarks, and overall negativity create a toxic environment. Excuse me. Um, Other toxic traits may include perfectionism, unhealthy competitiveness, and frequent lying. Um, a person may also let their insecurities bring out the worst in them. One, when one or both people lack self awareness, sometimes people are unaware of their negative effect on others. They also may not know healthier ways to communicate. It's likely that they don't know how to read social cues well enough to know when they are frustrating people or making them feel like they are being criticized or ignored. When a person intentionally hurts others, some people are deliberately rude and hurtful. In these situations, you may feel singled out and targeted through their mean words and actions. A person may also try to control or manipulate you, which is toxic behavior. When a partner is constantly cheating, if an intimate partner lies and cheats without even trying to change their behavior, it adds a toxic element to the. Hold on a second. Yes, yes. When a partner is constantly cheating, I'm sorry about that. Um, if an intimate partner lies and cheats without even trying to change their behavior, it adds a toxic element to the relationship. When a person is abusive, when people repeatedly and intentionally hurt you, their behavior can be considered abusive, whether they are um, constantly gossiping about you or they are physically harming you in any way. Abusive is never okay. That's true. That's so true. Toxic relationships and drug addictions. Um, a person who misuses alcohol or drugs may engage in toxic behaviors. Receiving treatment may help them improve their toxic traits. However, relationships that were damaged by their addiction may not be fully repaired. If any of the above scenarios are true of your situation, you may want to reevaluate the toxic relationships in your life. So, narcissists, and sociopaths. Some people, particularly narcissists and sociopaths, I hate those fuckers. Tend to feed off of other people's attentions and admiration. Narcissists feel a need to one up people and make them feel less than in a quest for superiority. Um, um, they may intentionally put you down in subtle ways, or throw little insults at you if you share an accomplishment you are proud of. Sounds like my mother. They also may keep you guessing as to whether or not they will be nice to you from one day to the next, or they may engage in gaslighting or a consistent basis. Yep, I know a lot of people probably heard of gaslighting before. I'm not even going to get into what that is. Um, Y'all could go look it up for yourself. Urban Dictionary, whatever dictionary websites you use. Narcissists notoriously don't admit fault because they truly believe that they never make mistakes. In fact, they find it personally threatening to see themselves as less than perfect. When dealing with toxic narcissist people, it's not always obvious whether they are aware of what they are doing. But if their behavior is consistently making you feel about yourself, you'll need to distance yourself from this person, or at least accept that you need to be on your guard if the person has to be in your life. This change in your behavior won't change them, but it can help minimize the stress of dealing with them. Um, this hold on. The important thing is that you protect yourself from the emotional abuse you receive. It's when interacting with them. Remind yourself that you are not going to change them, and confronting them may only bring out more wrath without resolving anything. Put distance between yourself and them, except that you need to be on your guard if the person has to be in your life. Ooh. Um, of course, there's toxicity in the workplace. Like you got coworkers. If it's a coworker and the problem is proximity, consider thinking of a good excuse to get your desk moved. For example, I'm right under an air vent that's bothering me, or I could get more work done if I wasn't right by the printer. If the person seeks you out to complain, you might try referring them to a supervisor and then calmly um, return to doing your work. Hold on. Yes, you may have to repeat this numerous times before you know before they get the hint. All right, so you got family and yeah, family members and friends. Yes, with family members and friends, it's likely to do no, excuse me. It's likely to be more difficult since there may be no easy way to remove the toxic person from your life. If you have a serious toxic friend, you may need to simply decrease the time you spend with them. If you are worried about off offending them, cut back your visits over a period of months so it isn't quite as noticeable, though they may still notice. When the toxic person is a family member or close friend, it may also be possible to encourage that person to get into therapy, which is often needed to solve the underlying issue behind the toxicity. Efforts of um, toxic relationships may be causing real damage to your self esteem and your overall mental health, as well as your physical health. Constant drama in a relationship can distract us from the other relationships in our lives, leading to a sense of social isolation, which I experienced, of course, which may cause other issues like depression or worsen sleep quality. You may find that a toxic relationship impacts your ability to engage in self care. You may sacrifice your normal routine, including personal hygiene, exercise, hobbies, and more, if you are constantly dealing with a tumultuous or toxic person or relationship. This sacrifice can lead to a decline in overall physical and mental health over time. All right, so let's see, toxic relationships and mental health. One study found that toxic relationships can actually worsen anxiety and stress disorders. On the other hand, healthy relationships can actually improve these conditions. Um, in fact, a 2016 University of Michigan study found that stress and negative relationships quality directly affect the cardiovascular system. In the long term, all of these factors damage your health and may even lead you to develop unhealthy coping behaviors like drinking or emotional eating. Coping with toxic relationships. While not every relationship, no, not excuse me, not every toxic relationship can be avoided, especially among coworkers or a family member. They can be managed with healthy boundaries, self care, and awareness. If you find yourself in a toxic relationship where you bring out the worst in one another or simply fail to bring out the best, you may want to work on the relationship and change the dynamic, particularly if there are other benefits to the relationship. Assertive communication and healthier boundaries are often the keys to bringing out the best in one another, especially if you are both willing to make changes. Okay, so here's a few here's some tips to coping with the toxic relationship, talk to the other person about what you are witnessing. Be assertive about your needs and feelings while also taking responsibility for your part in the situation. Discuss what you need, what you see as a problem, and decide together if you want to change the dynamic to ensure that both of you get your needs met. Reevaluate your relationship and ask yourself, is this person causing real damage to my self-esteem or and overall mental health? Limit the time you spend with people who bring frustration and or unhappiness into your life. If this person is someone you need to interact with, like a family member or a coworker, you may need to limit interactions. If you decide to talk about your concerns, use I feel statements when describing your feelings and emotions. Doing so helps keep them from feeling defensive. Realize that some toxic people simply are unwilling to change, especially those who lack self awareness or social skills. Try to non confrontationally stand up for yourself when the situation warrants it. Jeez. And some tips on how to leave a toxic relationship. If you try settling boundaries and the other person refuses to respect them, it may be time to end excuse me, end the relationships. Sorry for being tongue tied here. All right. Though it can be challenging to do so. Remember that the most important thing is prioritizing yourself, your needs, and your health. How you choose to end the relationship depends on your situation and how safe you feel. You could tell the person directly that you are choosing to end the relationship and list your reasons. Let the relationship fade away over time, slowly communicating with this person less and less. Discontinue communication immediately. If you choose to communicate to the person directly, you can take accountability for your feelings and try to avoid blaming them or getting defensive. Ultimately, you can't control how they react, but you can try to use strategies to avoid escalating the discussion. If you are leaving a romantic relationship, you may need to develop a support network in order to safely leave. For instance, if you are concerned about how the person will react, you may choose to speak with them in a public place. Let a trusted person know when this will take place and where you will be, so you can plan to meet up with them afterward. You may need to stay with a family member or friend until you figure out a new living situation away from your partner. When dealing with any type of toxic relationship, it's important to focus on your health and well-being. Consequently, if you are dealing with someone who drains you of your energy and happiness, consider removing them from your life, or at least limiting yourself um, and your time spent with them. And if you are experiencing emotional or physical abuse, get help right away. All right, so that's pretty much your tips on how to deal with toxicity when it comes to friends and family and all that great stuff. All right. Now we can go to now we can go to our New York Mass Transit files right now, man. Let's do this. All right. All right. In transit news, um we have an Amtrak topic that we need to discuss right here. So, um, in November 2023, um, President Biden announced that Amtrak will receive nearly $10 billion in federal railroad administration funding to modernize critical infrastructure, improve stations, and support future ridership growth on the Northeast Corridor. Hmm. Let's see. Hang on. Hang on. All right. The $16.4 billion in grant funding announced today will support 12 Amtrak-led projects and 13 partner-led projects through the FRA's Federal State Partnership for Intercity Passenger Rail Program, which is Fed State NEC. Amtrak board chair Tony Casilla, Koski, yeah, Casilla, and CEO Stephen Gardner joined the presidential announcement at Amtrak's Bear Maintenance Facility in Delaware, where trains are maintained, overhauled, and repaired. So there you have it right there. Let me just skip all this, man. All right, so that's pretty much good news on that one right there. And also in other Amtrak news, let's get to this right here. Amtrak is taking a major step towards improving overnight cross-country train travel by issuing a formal, request for proposals to rail car manufacturers to begin the replacement of Amtrak's current long-distance fleet. This once in a generation multi-billion dollar pro- procurement will start re-equipping a fleet that provides vital train service from coast to coast and is made possible through funding provided by President Biden's um, bipartisan infrastructure law and Congress. In quote, we believe in the future of our long distance service, said Amtrak board chair Tony um, um, Casilla. Amtrak's long distance network provides vital mobility and an economic link for communities around the country. A new Amtrak long distance fleet will help us modernize and transform this service to meet the needs of customers now and into the future. This new fleet will allow Amtrak to introduce an updated product that meets hold on that meets current and future market expectations, improves customer experience, reimagines onboard accessibility and mobility, improves operational efficiency, and bolsters sustainability, resiliency, and ridership. Procuring new equipment for our long distance trains is a once in a generation opportunity to reimagine our iconic routes through a modern, accessible, and sustainable fleet, said Amtrak President Roger Harris. This step follows a formal request for information issued in December 2022, sent to potential railcar builders, defining and describing the scope of replacing the long distance fleet. Multiple suppliers responded to the RFI in early 2023, which helped to shape this RFP. The RFP outlines requirements to improve core elements of long distance service, including coach seating, private rooms, food service, enhanced accessibility, and route experience. Following vendor selection, critical steps of final design, development, and production are expected to occur over the next several years. Fleet deliveries are projected to begin in the early 2030s. That's a long time from here. The Federal Railroad Administration firmly believes that inner city passenger rail service, including long distance service, has an important role to play in America's transportation network, said FRA Administrator Amit Bose. Um, Millions of Americans depend on long distance service annually as a transportation alternative to congested highways and airports, and they deserve a modern, safe, and convenient experience. The long distance fleet replacement is one of no, hold on. Yeah. RFP is one of several Amtrak investments aimed at upgrading and enhancing the long distance customer experience, and including refreshing passenger car interiors, restoring stored equipment to active service, and improving stations onboard amenities, sales, and support channels. These recent highlights specifically include purchasing 125 ALC 42 long distance locomotives with more than 3 dozen already in service. Made in the US, these locomotives are cleaner, faster, more fuel efficient, and more environmentally friendly than their predecessors, investing $28 million for interior upgrades to 400 bi-level um, superliner and 49 view liner cars. Nearly 200 superliner cars have been refreshed and now are in revenue service, and the view liner refresh will begin in 2024. Hmm, interesting. Um, yes. Um, Yes, restoring and repairing 63 idle rail cars by the end of 2024. Designers, suppliers, and the traveling public have all been waiting for a long time for this exciting news. Issuing this RFP kicks off what will be the biggest rolling stock acquisition since the 1940s. When the New York Central turned to three manufacturers for a blockbuster order for more than 700 cars, said Rail Passengers Association President and CEO Jim Matthews. Rail passengers deserve a safe, modern, clean, reliable, and exciting onboard experience, and today's announcement is a vital step in ensuring that for generations to come. Airtrack long distance ridership grew by more than 12% across the network in FY23, um, serving nearly 3.9 million customers trips. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, one more transit topic to talk about here, man. And this is according to the city. A Manhattan federal judge on Friday approved a settlement to a class action lawsuit that locks the MTA into equipping 95% of subway and Staten Island railway stations with elevators or ramps with a deadline 3 decades away. Sheesh. 3 decades away? You got to be fucking kidding me. I feel like the people in the disabled people, I get what their intentions are, but sometimes it could do a little bit of too much reaching. Now I get the fact that they actually sued the MTA multiple times and stuff. I get that though, man. But 3 decades is it's like that's like what 20 to 30 years, which is a long fucking time, folks. That's a long fucking time, folks. So you know, that's so fucking crazy to me, man. Um, yeah. Let's keep going here, man. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. Actually, let me just set this up real quick. Um, hang on 1 second. Damn, that's crazy, man, that they did this. Um, okay. All right. Yeah, so the approval by US District Judge Edgardo Ramos caps one part of a long-running push by advocates for people, excuse me, for people with disabilities to improve access to a transit system where merely a quarter of the nearly 500 stations comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. Um, I know this is a very difficult thing to achieve, Ramos said to a courtroom audience that included multiple plaintiffs who use motorized wheelchairs. Um, yeah, the transportation system is the lifeline of the city. Laura Chloe Haldeman of Disability Rights Advocates, the nonprofit legal rights center that represented the plaintiffs, told the city, and especially for people with disabilities, it's critical to be able to access employment, education, medical care, family, and friends, socializing, entertainment, all the things that people enjoy about New York. Local stops under the terms of the settlement. The transit agency is also committed to meeting several marks in order to keep the 2055 goal on track, including making 81 more stations accessible as part of its more than $50 billion 2020 to 2024 MTA capital program. Jeez. Jeez, man. Damn. Yeah, that's a lot, man. That is a lot. Um, yes, that's a lot though. What I was gonna say, sorry about that. Hang on a second here. Yes, so and 15% of New York City's transit portion of future capital plan funding must now be set aside for accessibility upgrades. It's a good day. It's a good day, said Dustin Jones, a 34-year-old wheelchair user who is a plaintiff in a separate lawsuit against the MTA. Once again, the disability community has to sue the MTA to get things done. The transit agency has been sued repeatedly over subway accessibility in federal and state courts. Jeez, man. Jeez. Man, that's crazy, man. Um, where the hell? Okay. Yeah, the transit agency, yeah. Transit agency has been sued repeatedly over subway accessibility in federal and state courts. Gene Ryan, a motorized wheelchair user who heads the advocacy group Disabled in Action, pointed to the nearly $1 billion enhanced station initiative championed by former Governor Andrew Cuomo in 2016 that did not include elevators. Oh boy. Wait, $1 billion? Wow. Um, yes. They can't just do what they want anymore, said Ryan, A78, who rode in the subway for 25 years before she began using a motorized wheelchair. People were upset when they were renovating the stations and then they opened the station and it was just fancy tiles. The 2019 federal lawsuit flagged what it called the NTA's blatant violation of the Americans with Disability Act by not including elevators or ramps as part of the station upgrades. The MTA backed down in that case last year. In the last few years, we at the MTA have come to the same place as our partners in the advocacy community, generally, chairperson and CEO of the authority said at the time. And more important, we were able to prove to ourselves and to the world that it is not only a civil right, but it's actually achievable to drastically accelerate the pace of ADA accessibility in our system. MTA spokesperson Kayla Schultz said Friday that the agency is pleased with the approval of this historic agreement. Kathleen Collins, a congenital quadruple amputee who was part of the lawsuit, noted the fight for subway accessibility started long before the ADA was put into law in the 1990s. Since 1973, any agency that received federal funding. Damn, that was loud. Sorry. um yeah, any agency that received federal funding based on Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, they were supposed to be making things accessible, Collins, age 65, told the city. So we're talking now close to 50 years. More More pending litigation. Holtzman said in court Friday that disabilities rights advocates attorneys are very close to resolving another lawsuit filed against the MTA that challenged the agency for not installing elevators at the Middletown Road station on the number 6 train in the Bronx when it was closed for renovation between October 2013 and May 2014. In 2018, then U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman joined that lawsuit charging that the MTA ignored a push from the Federal Transit Administration to make the elevator station accessible, contending it was not feasible to install elevators. The FTA concluded it have been would have been possible to install one or more elevators at the stop in Pelham Bay. The Bronx station will eventually have elevators installed as part of the settlement finalized Friday. Another federal case over subway elevators remains unresolved, as the city reported last month. In that suit, The MTA is accused of failing to properly maintain existing stations, elevators throughout the transit system. The maintenance is so important, Ryan said. Why have elevators if you can't use them? Collins, age 65, says she rarely uses the subway because of its lack of elevators and instead relies on the MTA's paratransit system, which has also been called out for allegedly violating the ADA by failing to provide a level of service that is comparable to the bus and subway. Relying on excessive ride has added up. She said, to a limited life. My boyfriend's going to come pick me up and he's going to take the subway and it's going to take him 20 minutes, Collins said. When I took excessive ride to get to court this morning, I said I wanted to be here at 9 and they picked me up at 7:35 a.m. Look at the difference. It's not small. Well, good luck with the fight. And let's go to okay, let's go to the all right, we got let's go to hang on a second here. All right, we're gonna go to our next segment right here, which is hold on, not this one, sorry. Um um yes, so we're gonna get into chatting on the jazz and the main topic to talk about and is regards to a teen that got stabbed by Jamaica Avenue, by McDonald's, out of all places. That is so fucked up, man. You know what I mean? Very fucked up. All right, here it is, chatting on the jazz. All right, so this is according to the Queens Chronicle website. Cops were surrounding a McDonald's in Jamaica Tuesday morning as it is the site where two teens were stabbed. According to an NYPD spokeswoman, a 16 and 17-year-old was stabbed at the fast food establishment, which is located at 159-01 Jamaica Avenue at about 7:47 a.m. The suspects are two men, she said. A knife was recovered on the scene, she added. We are still waiting for updates as the investigation is ongoing. Both victims are in stable condition. Jeez, man. Why Jamaica Avenue out of all places, man? Why Jamaica Avenue out of all places? I don't get it, man. I don't get why you would actually have to make a scene on Jamaica Avenue where people fucking shop and get something to eat. What is wrong with people? All right. Okay, so anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS, which is 8477, or for Spanish is 1-888 57 PISTA, which is 74782. The public can also submit tips by logging on to nypdcrimestoppers.com or by texting 274637, which is crimes, and then enter entering TIP, which is tip 577, or by going to the NYPD Tips account on Twitter, aka X. Um, all tips are strictly confidential. All right. Um, next we have a homeless person. We have a homeless person in the Bronx. So Bronx detectives are questioning a person of interest connected to a homeless man deadly stabbing early on Friday morning. Law enforcement sources said the homicide happened at about 12:16 a.m. on June 30th near the corner of West 236th Street and Broadway in Kingsbridge. Um, Yeah, this is a little bit of a recap of what I talked about actually. Um Officers from the 50th precinct in responding to a 911 call about an assault found a 52-year-old Richard Roberts on dom on domicile with multiple stab wounds to his body. On domicile. Wow. That's a new one right there. That's a new one right there, actually. I ain't really think about this shit though. Um, yeah, but that's terrible. That's really terrible right there, man. That's really terrible. Yeah, that's terrible right there. You 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 can't make this shit up though, man. You really can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. This is terrible. Like, why the hell would you do this shit?
Oh my god!
All right. This is this is crazy. Very crazy. Um, where the hell? What the hell did I do? Oh my god. Sorry, what the hell did I do? Hold on 1 second. I did not mean to do that. Okay, okay. All right, so police believe Roberts was attacked after getting involved in a dispute with the person of interest, a 58-year-old man. Sources um, familiar with the investigation said that it appears the victim and person of interest knew each other. Responding officers also recovered a knife at the scene, law enforcement sources noted. EMS rushed Roberts to New York Presbyterian Allen Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at a short time later. At the scene, police apprehended the person of interest and took him into custody for further questioning. Charges against him are pending the results of the ongoing investigation, the NYPD reported. Let's see. Let's see. What we have here, let me see what else we could talk about here, man. Um, yeah, so next we have some serious layoffs that we gotta get into right here. Yeah, some serious layoffs according to Variety. After a strategic review, Amazon intends to lay off 9,000 more employees on top of the 18,000 job cuts, if previously announced CEO Andy Jassy said Monday. The latest round of cuts will mostly affect employees in Amazon Web Services, people, um, experience and technology, um, PXT advertising, and Twitch divisions, according to Jassy. The company's senior management team expects to make final decisions on which jobs will be eliminated by mid to late April. The CEO said. Um, so this is one of the recap topics that I actually did previously. Um, this is yeah, yeah, this is one of the topics I actually previously talked about here. But the reason I'm redoing this is because I want to make sure that it's like either over an hour or over 2 hours. So just want to let you know this is a redo of 267. All right. So um yeah, this is a difficult decision, but one that we think is best for the company long term, Jassy wrote. The announcement of layoffs at Twitch follows CEO Emmett Shear's Um, resignation last week. And yeah, last week from the post after 16 years at the live streaming platform. Oh boy. Jassy said economic uncertainty drove the decision to make latest round, um, the latest round of layoffs after several years of Amazon businesses adding a significant amount of headcount. As of December 31st, 2022, which was a year ago, actually. Damn. The the e-commerce giant had about 1,541 million full-time and part-time employees, up nearly 19% compared with 1.298 million a year prior. Damn. Okay, that's gotta fucking suck, man. That shit has to suck for people, man. Damn, son. That's gotta fucking suck, man. All right. All right, let's continue with this. Um, where was I? Yes, so for several years leading up to this one, most of our businesses added a significant amount of headcount. Jassy wrote in the memo, which Amazon shared publicly. This made sense given what was happening in our businesses and the economy as a whole. However, given the uncertain economy in which we reside and the uncertainty that exists in the near future, we have chosen to be more streamlined in our cost and headcount. Even with the additional cuts, Amazon will engage in limited hiring in strategic areas where we've prioritized allocating more resources, Jassy said, without elaborating. For the fourth quarter of 2022, Amazon sales were up 9% year over year, while net income came in at $278 million, compared with $14.3 billion a year earlier on higher costs and charges, including 640 million dollars in severance related expenses. Woo! Wow! Wow. Um. All right. Yeah. For the first quarter of 2023, Amazon expects sales to grow between 4% and 8% compared with the year earlier period, in line with Wall Street forecasts. CFO um Brian Olsavsky last month said Amazon anticipates slower growth rates for the next few quarters. Um, so the memo says, um, as we just concluded the second phase of our operating plan this past week, I'm writing to share that we intend to eliminate about 9,000 more positions in the next few weeks, mostly in AWS, PXT, advertising, and Twitch. This was a difficult decision, but one that we think is best for the company long term. Um, let me share some additional context. As part of our annual planning process, leaders across the company work with their teams to decide what investments they want to make for the future, prioritizing what matters most to customers and the long-term health of our businesses. For several years leading up to this one, um, most of our businesses added a significant amount of headcount. This made sense given what was happening in our businesses and the economy as a whole. Um, yeah, however, given the certain economy in which we reside and the certainty that exists in our near future, we have chosen to be more streamlined in our costs and headcount. The overriding tenet of our annual planning this year was to be leaner, while doing so in a way that enables us to still invest robustly in the key long-term customer experiences that we believe can meaningfully improve customers' lives and Amazon as a whole. Jeez, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. And I do feel bad for these people who have to look for another job. Damn. So that sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? That really sucks. Um Actually, there's more to the story actually. Um as our internal businesses evaluated what customers most care about, they made reprior prioritization decisions that sometimes led to role reductions, sometimes led to moving people from one initiative to another, and sometimes led to new openings where we don't have the right skills match from our existing team members. This initially um, led us to eliminate 18,000 positions. Um, and as we completed the second phase of our planning this month, it led us to these additional 9,000 role reductions. Um, though you will see limited hiring in some of our businesses in strategic areas where we've prioritized allocating more resources. Some may some may ask why we didn't announce these role reductions with the ones we've announced a couple of months ago. The short answer is that not all of the teams were done with their analysis in the late fall, and rather than rush through these assessments without the appropriate diligence, we chose to share these decisions as we've made them so people had the information as soon as possible. The same is true for this note, as the impacted teams are not yet finished making final decisions on precisely which roles will be impacted. Once those decisions have been made, we will communicate with the impacted employees. Um, we will, of course, support those we have to let go, and will provide packages that include a separation payment, transitional health insurance benefits, and external job placement support. If I go back to our tenant, being leaner while doing so in a way that enables us to still invest robustly in the key long-term customer experiences that we believe can meaningfully improve customers' lives and Amazon as a whole. I believe the result of this year's planning cycle is a plan that accomplishes this objective. I remain very optimistic about the future and the myriad of opportunities we have, both in our largest businesses, stores, and AWS, and our newer customer experiences and businesses in which we're investing. To those ultimately impacted by these reductions, I want to thank you for the work you have done on behalf of customers and the company. Um, it's never easy to say goodbye to our teammates, and you will be missed. To those who will continue with us, I look forward to partnering with you as we make life easier for customers every day and relentlessly inventing to do so. This is from Andy. Oh boy, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. Let me see. Damn. S- not only Amazon, but so many places. Hang on a second, man. There's so many. What? There's been some layoffs from mad companies. So, June 2023. Um, Niantic Labs. August. Um, August 23. CAA. Wait, hold on. 25%. Um, 25%. This is basically the number of layoffs. 60% CAA, HBO and Max, not applicable. Um, Fifth season, 30. Barstool Sports, 25%. Roku, 10%. Google, not applicable. Um, Epic Games, 870. Damn. Blumhouse Television, not applicable. DreamWorks Animation, 70%. Anonymous Content, 8%. BMG, 40%. Conde Nast, 5%. Stars, 10 plus percent. G slash O Media, 23%. G slash O Media, 23. NBCU, 50. Dish Network, 500 plus. Lionsgate, E1, 10%. Spotify, 17%. And Tidal, 10%. Damn, that's a lot of layoffs. That's a lot of fucking layoffs. Damn. Um, yeah, that's crazy, man. Let's see. Let's see. We also have some more sad stuff, man. Um, I'm pretty sure y'all pretty knew about the Galleria Mall. Um, yeah, so area realtors and this is from the Examine News website. Area realtors and business leaders received an in-depth presentation last week of the ambitious $2.5 billion plans for an ambitious mixed-use project on the former site of the Galleria Mall in White Plains. After being the centerpiece of downtown White Plains for 42 years, the Galleria officially closed its doors on March 31st, 2023. However, for 7 years prior, the Capelli organization, Pacific Retail, and SL Green Realty Corporation were conducting a thorough review of what could be done on the 11-acre parcel, which encompasses Main and Court Streets and Lexington and Martine Avenues. What came out of all the studies and time at the drawing board was an urban oasis with 3,200 residential units in 7 buildings, 230,000 square feet of retail, 3,400 parking spaces, an entertainment plaza, food hall, and other possibilities in what is being called the District Galleria. It will connect the city in a way it hasn't been connected in the last 50 years. Bruce Berg, CEO of the Capelli organization, sold about 150 interested onlookers at a November 30th meeting at the offices of the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. Um, it's a tremendous opportunity for the entire community. Berg acknowledged senti- the sentimental value the Galleria had to White Plains, which drew 2.5 million visitors annually. We know how important the Galleria was to the community, he said. Mackenzie Forsberg, vice chair of H HGAR's commercial investment division, recalled her first date with her husband being in the Galleria's food court. This is not just a Westchester thing. It holds a special place in everyone's heart, she said. It is a shining example of what business there is to be had there. Berg explained the 350 to 450 foot high towers will allow the District Galleria to have 46% public accessible open space. A pedestrian bridge is planned to extend from the lots that were the two anchor stores at the Galleria, Sears, and Macy's. Of the 3,200 residential units, 384 will be marketed at so called affordable rates under a regional formula. Um, Burke said discussions will take place with the White Plains Common Council regarding the possible need for working class housing. Yeah, right. Good luck with that shit. Um, we will be studying this in greater detail, Berg said. This project has a lot of different components to it. It hasn't been fully determined. In early November, the applicant submitted a zoning petition to the city for a new transit oriented district. It is anticipated the Common Council will declare itself the lead agency on the project, and a positive declaration under the State Environmental Quality Review Act will be made. A positive declaration will kick off an anticipated 12 to 15-month period of study and environmental preview. Excuse me, review. Burks said the project, which is expected to generate about 500 construction jobs per building, will be built in phases if approved. We've been underdeveloped for 15 years. We think there is a demand for this type of product, he said. Well, good luck with that one right there, man. Another place getting laid off, other than the Galleria Mall, is Antimans, and this one takes place in a place called Blackwood. All right, so this is from 42freeway.com. The well loved Entenmann's Bakery outlet in Blackwood abruptly closed this week, with a handwritten sign on the front door stating permanently closed. There was one other New Jersey location in Edison, um, and Google is indicating that location is now closed also. Um, the closing was so abrupt during my visit yesterday. I could see that significant amounts of Entenmann's product was still on the shelves. It seems that employees simply shut off the lights and locked the doors behind them. The location for the Blackwood outlet was in the Cherrywood Plaza, where Kmart was located in the strip mall. Um, okay, there's more to this actually. There is more to this actually. Um, there is more to this actually. What the hell is this? Yeah, there's more to this. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, there's more to this. Interestingly, there are actually two signs in the Entenmann's window. The first one announcing their Labor Day weekend hours, which likely means that a few days prior, the employees thought they were coming back to the Blackwood store after the holiday. But the second sign overrules that with permanently closed. I learned of this closing early yesterday on social media, but had a jammed up day and just couldn't get around to writing the story. So, with me being a day late on covering this, social media has already been lighting up with people asking questions about why it closed. I received about 8 messages directly at 42 Freeway about it. And it seems that folks in the area truly appreciated the store and the value it provided, and are genuinely disappointed that the Entenmann's outlet is closed. One in Long Island actually closed too. I was informed by a worker of mine about that too. Um, I did have time yesterday to call the Entenmann's offices, um, owned by Bimbo Bakeries, as well as send an email, but a day later, I have not received a response from them. Local news website South Jersey Observer put up a Facebook post yesterday about the closing, and then later updated it to include a statement they found on the Bimbo Bakery, Entenmann's parent company website, regarding their outlet stores. And this what it says. Bimbo Bakeries USA associates are currently working around the clock to stock retail grocery shelves, eliminating our ability to stock our outlet stores. The majority of our outlet stores are closed at this time. Please call the outlet in your area to confirm if they are open before visiting. To be clear, Bimbos. Oh shit, Bimbos. Bimbos has been buying up name brand bakeries over the last several years, including at least a dozen names that are just common, well-known household brands, and that statement on the website does not specifically call out Entenmann's and likely could be referring to any of the brands. I mentioned that because the website notice of closed at this time implies that the stores will eventually reopen, but that likely is not the case with the Entenmann's outlet stores. It is um it is also unclear if the Blackwood employees were relocated to other roles within Entenmann's Bimble's bakeries. Entenmann's has been owned by Mexican bakery conglomerate Bimbo Bakery since 2002. Bimbo has acquired many well-known American household brands, including Thomas English Muffins, Sara Lee, Sh- Sh- Stroman Bread, Arnold Breads, Lender's Bagels, Little Bites, Snack Cakes, Ballpark Buns and Rolls, Mayor's Bread, Beefsteak, um, Bobo, Bubbly, and more. Antimans Outlet Blackwood. Antimans had a facility in Blackwood since 1983 when they were originally across no located across from the Millbridge Apartments, also on Blackwood Clementon Road. Back then it was called the Thrift Cake Bakery. Oh shit. And up to and up until very recently years it opened as a larger facility where trucks would pick up Entenmann's products in the morning to be delivered to local stores and groceries. While I don't know the full business model, my understanding was that as products were getting closer to their expiration date, but still fresh, Entenmann's would ship them to their own outlet retail stores to be sold at a strong discount in a effort to sell the product quickly. Just a few years just a few years ago, they chose to close that original larger location and relocate the retail store component to the Cherry World, no, excuse me, the Cherry Wood Shopping Center in the side strip mall of the former Kmart anchored larger shopping center. Um, this new smaller store location. This new smaller store location was solely focused on selling Entenmann's bakery products and had no distribution capacity. Coincidentally, I've learned about this closing late Wednesday night, and the very next morning that original larger Entenmann's property across from Millbridge celebrated its grand opening as a brand new super Wawa convenience store. Yeah, that's pretty sad, man, with all these businesses going out of business, man. All these job headquarters going out of business. This is crazy, man. Um, yeah. speaking of crazy, man, what do you say we do a little recap on Lollapalooza 2023? I did talk about this a while back actually, but but for those of you who may not know, Lollapalooza is a marathon, not a sprint. Walking through the gates at Grant Park, which took place on Thursday, August 3rd, which was over the summer. And this is why I'm calling it a recap topic. Um, let's see what the hell is going on here with this. All right, wait, and where were we? Yes, so and where yes, yes, where was I? Where was I? Where was it? Yeah, yes, yes. Lollapalooza is a marathon, not a sprint. Walking through the gates at Grant Park on Thursday, August 3rd, the first of 4 days that swallowed, swallowed. Oh, swallowed. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Yeah, all right. Oh shit. This is so funny. Oh man, this is so laughable, folks. Anyway, where yes. Yeah, swallowed downtown Chicago. It was something I wanted to shout via megaphone to the throngs of young, hyped, and bedazzled attendees already running full speed toward headline stages, sponsored activations, of which there seem to be more than ever before, merch tents and beer and cocktail gardens. It comes with the territory. Um, Something I think season festival goers and founder Perry Farrell have seemed to finally accept. Now in his 30s, Lollapalooza is no longer the celebration of alternative music and culture it once was. Some argue it shed that skin long ago, more than half of the time. There's too much going on and so many people waiting in line for other things. It's barely about the music at all. But this year was the first I never heard Pharrell even attempt to hold on to such sentiments in interviews. Instead, it's fully embraced um it's fully embraced globality, globally, global globality, globality. Curating a lineup that speaks to its last 10 years as an international festival, as well as changing tastes and TikTok trends informed by those who are incredibly, literally plugged in. I mean, truly, I've never met so many influencers, um, real ones, for better and worse. The new digital age influence on music and entertainment industry at large has permanently altered things, and I have a list of questions about how this year's lineup came to be um and but that's not what this recap is for. This recap is to hopefully make you feel like you were there and ultimately highlight some beauty in the chaos that is Lollapalooza because it's still there. Even when you are trying to get around what feels like the largest group of rolling teens nearing full meltdown at the Perry stage. From a weekend dominated by the power of female performers to unforgettable moments in the rain turned into a double rainbow and special guests like Nelly Furtado popping up with Dom Dollar. Um, Here are some of the best from Lollapalooza 2023. And for starters, Women Won, which includes Billie Eilish. Opening night featured Billie Eilish and Carol G, the festival's first ever Latina headliner, shutting down the main stages, rather, and setting a tone for a weekend that would feature many immensely talented women. Um, but it started earlier that day with a full throttle 45-minute set from Canadian quartet The Beaches on the Bud Light stage at 1:15, whose brand of pop rock has gotten more rough and ready. Oh shit. And a bit cheekier since I saw them at Riot Fest in 2019. I mean that in a good way, obviously. Their single Blame Brett from upcoming sophomore LP, Blame My Ex, garnered a massive reaction from the crowd, apparently largely made up of people who are also no longer dating musicians. After first appearing on the BMI stage in 2021, Joy Oladokin put on one of the most emotionally stirring sets of the weekend, complete with vulnerable jokes and her own irrepressible thoughts of death Barbie meme, blending elements of folk and roots rock into her brand of power pop on the main stage this year. Her music and voice are comforting, while lyrically exploring some of life's more challenging topics like honey and hot water coating a sore throat, culminating in the anthemic "We're All Gonna Die." Ola Dokin's spirit captured new fans while solidifying her bond with existing ones. In fact, Thursday's entire Bud Light stage lineup was female fronted, something I don't think has ever happened. But it was Colombian singer and reggaeton artist Carol G who made history. Her electrifying performance was a celebration for her and of her musical success as much as it was her audience, which was also one of the most intergenerational crowds I've seen at the festival in some time. Performing songs like S91, her US breakthrough hit Tusa, TQG, and signature La Bachata. Oh shit. She held the north end of Grant Park in her hands, while Carol's world was full of vibrancy and wonder. Billie Eilish kept it slightly dystopian and dark like old school hot topic at the mall, right down to the debut of her black hair with red roots, returning to Lollapalooza 5 years after her first appearance at the festival. She exploded onto the stage with Bury a Friend before rolling through selections, including I Don't Want to Be You Anymore and Bellyache from 2017's Don't Smile at Me, as well as the live debut of her contribution to the Barbie soundtrack, the subtly devastating What Was I Made For, but it was a ferocious performance of Happier Than Ever that cemented my fandom fireworks indeed. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, let me see. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me see how I could pull this off. Let me see if I can tweet. Yes. So, let me see. Yes, we could pull this off. Yes. So, Sedan Archives delivered one of the weekend's best performances on Friday afternoon. The project of LA by way of Ohio violinist Brittany Denise Parks, who has Chicago roots, as she briefly mentioned, was art, fashion, and a damn good time as she sauntered, sauntered and contoured her seemingly towering form about the T-Mobile stage while never missing a note, masterfully blending classic Celtic folk sounds with electronica, hip hop, and Afrofuturistic R&B. The set was an incredible example of classical instruments being used as a transformative vessel for more experimental music with genre rigid rigidity a thing of the past. Um, Artists like Sedan Archives are reuniting interest and imagination. At one point, she just launched straight into a traditional Irish jig for a few minutes, and really, why not? Biba Doobie, Thames, and Jesse Reyes rounded out the early evening. If you had a decent viewing spot for um, Beba Doobie, congratulations. The Filipino Brit singer, songwriter, tender indie rock, echoing the likes of Mazzy Star, was hungrily received by a Lollapalooza audience that is maybe also in its soft girl era. Thames, who has been having an incredible run post slamdemic, brought Lagos to Grant Park, predominantly playing tracks from 2020's For Broken Ears and 2021's If Orange Was a Place EP. Her smooth, powerful vocals dance in the breeze that finally managed to cool things down. Um, Impending rain unbeknownst at the time, with damages, crazy things, and Mr. Rebel being standouts. Reyes delivered each line with such conviction, you really feel like her life depended on it. When she tugged at her chest, you worry one day she's going to tear beyond her skin and expose her heart, excuse me, literally. Honestly, she had me from the second she implored folks to chant "fuck my ex." Why does that remind me of Taylor Swift's breakup songs? Oh shit. But her songs of heartbreak and resilience clearly resonate and translates to thousands hanging on each word. All right, so we have Rina Sawayama managed to not only deliver full vocals and choreography during her hour-long set, but four costume changes while wet from the rain. Oh shit, damn, including latex and leather, which is very difficult to get on, wet or dry. Oh shit. Blending pop, R&B, and metal, Sawa Yama's set carried the raw intensity of a headliner's billing from beginning to end, while she held you from no, while she held you frozen in her gaze. Her crew managed to seamlessly transform what's usually a pretty stark stage platform into a wrestling ring. dressing room, and glittering rodeo. If you blinked, you missed something, but it never felt too much. If anything, she left you wanting more. By the time Lana Del Rey brought her Garden to Eden to life on the Bud Light stage to close the festival Sunday night, it was clear that female artists won the weekend. Not that it was a competition, just a wonderful realization. For Del Rey, the performance was a capsule of how she became the glamorous icon of internet Americana. Um, Opening with an abbreviated A&W into Young and Beautiful, her her melancholy croon silenced her devout followers. Mother was speaking. Not that anyone stayed quiet for too long. With so many lyrics and turns of phrase that have since taken on lives of their own. Fans happily sang at the top of their lungs, living for the regality, uh, the drama, the swing. Everyone was more deeply in love with the legend by the end. All right, Kendrick Lamar headlined Friday. That's it. You saw the 1975 at the music festival. There are artists that give you the set they think you want, and then there are those that give you the set they want that is so far beyond what you thought you wanted, you are left stunned. That was what the hyphenate multi acclaimed rapper brought, along with the big steppers dancers delivering intense precision choreography. Apart from them, um, there were no frills according there were no frills because he's never needed any. Though he didn't take the stage until 9 p.m., he fit over 20 songs into an hour. Lamar's career spanning set rounded out with songs like fan favorites, Mad City, and Backseat Freestyle from his landmark major label debut, Good Kid, Mad City, boomed across the field, at times drowning out his own vocals, but underscoring his music as an archive of the Black American experience. If folks couldn't hear perfectly, no one seemed to mind. These were clearly known sermons. um, Rain didn't stop anyone Saturday or Sunday. If you can help it, do not miss the Lindas. The young Los Angeles-based punk band continues maturing into one of the genre's most exciting acts, taking a break from their arena tour, opening a Paramore to play the Tito's stage. They took their hour-long rain-soaked set in stride. Original songs including Magic and Monica, remain inexhaustible in their vigor, and new tracks like the just released Resolution Revolution and Too Many Things signal a more refined, craftier Linda's approach to composition. But their covers of Bikini Kills, Rebel Girl, Kathleen Hanna herself is a fan, and the Go Go's tonight were also proof that at the end of the day, girls just want to rock. Wow. You know what? Let's come on. Girls want to rock. Yeah. These sacred souls brought their warm, smooth San Diego soul to a chilly and dreary afternoon in Grant Park on Saturday, making me forget briefly that I was standing in the rain and mud. Damn. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's funny. That's funny, man. Oh man. You know, hold on a minute, man. Let me just skim through the names, man. I'm not gonna read all these. paragraphs. Let me see. So these Sacred Souls was there. Another person that was there, New Jeans, um, Tomorrow X Together. Um, you got Sylvan Esso and Maggie Rogers until 8:30. Wow. All right. So, and Louis Yachty, Louis Yachty was there too. Um, Joey Badass was there too, followed by followed by Yachty on the Tito's handmade vodka stage. Yeah, and so the John Walt Foundation Tip Fest pop up was there as well. Um, you got Anama, Sam the Sentiment, and Out Past Midnight performed in front of the Buckingham Fountain, as well as Z Saj. Hold on, as well um as Z Saj, the Happiness Club, and DJ Cash Era was there. Let's see. Um, Kid Can was there. Um, DHD was there. Um, Chicago Made Showcase. You have Rebecca Brunner. You have um, A Rod 24, not to be confused with the former Yankee. Um, Amari Blaze with Mellow Bucks, Moni the G, and Cashmere, along with legends like Crucial Conflict, performing hits like Ghetto Queen, Hey, Strolling On, and Scrummy. Blaze also brought out rap pioneer Shauna, former DTF, no, former DTP, excuse me, as a surprise special guest during her set. Crucial Conflict and Shauna have both also recently performed at Hyde Park Summer Fest. Yeah, so that was your recap of Lollapalooza 2023. Now let's see. We also have to recap the Summer Block Tour, the Summer Block Party Tour that happened over the summer. So I'm just gonna do a little recap right here, and this is according to their website. Let me just do a little recap of the dates that took place. Um, um, and so the summer block party. So the summer block party took place um took place along with the locations and the dates. So it's first it started off with July 28th, Charlotte, North Carolina, PNC Music um Pavilion, July 29th, Baltimore, Maryland, CFGA Bank Arena, July 30th, Greensboro, North Carolina, White Oak Mountain AMP, August 4th, Brooklyn, New York, Coney Island AMP, August 5th, Bridgeport, Connecticut, Heartfelt Healthcare AMP, August 6th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the main center. August 10th, Detroit, Michigan, Aretha Franklin AMP. August 11th, which is the birthday, the 50, which is the 50th anniversary of hip hop, of course. Chicago, Illinois, Ari Crown Theater. August 13th, Indianapolis, Indiana, TCU AMP. August 15th, St. Louis, Missouri, Hollywood Casino AMP. August 18th, Atlanta, Georgia, Cadence Bank AMP. August 19th, Birmingham, Alabama, um, Oak Mountain AMP. August 20th, Nashville, Tennessee, Ascent AMP. And August 24th, Baton Rouge, Los Angeles. No, hold on, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, sorry. Um, Raising Cane's River Center. Um, August 26th, Houston, Texas, Cynthia Woods Mitchell um, Pavilion. Um, August 27th, Irving, Texas, the Pavi- Pavilion at Toyota Music Factory. August 31st, Denver, Co. Belco. September 2nd, Phoenix, Arizona, Talking Stick Resort AMP. September 3rd, San Diego, California, North Island Credit Union AMP. September 7th, Los Angeles, California, YouTube Theater, and September 8th, Concord, California too. Concord Pavilion. Um, so these are the music artists that was there: Jodeci, SWV, Drew Hill, um, and this was provided by Live Nation Urban. So this is a little recap of what happened over the summer. I want to actually, yeah, this is a little recap of what happened over the summer, and we got some Dr. Dre stuff, man, to get to actually. Um, we got some Dr. Dre stuff to get to actually. Let's see, starting with BET.com. Some things, 10 songs Dr. Dre produced that you didn't know about. And this took place around the Hip Hop Awards 2023. So let's get into it right here. So, Dr. Dre is one of the most influential figures in hip hop and rap music history, renowned for his groundbreaking production skills. The West Coast legend has shaped the careers of countless artists and contributed to some classic songs that may surprise many. Beyond his own iconic tracks, he played a pivotal role in crafting hits like California Love by Tupac, late great Tupac, Nothing But a G Thing by himself and Snoop Dogg, and Forgot About Dre featuring Eminem, showcasing his enduring impact on the genre. Yes, um so we did songs like late great Easy E and NWA Boys in the Hood. We have Lady of Rage, Afro Puffs, did not know that. And Eminem, My Name Is Slim Shady. Um, Busta Rhymes, Break Your Neck. Ti Dope featuring Marsha Ambrosius. Um, Alicia Keys, New Day. Ice Cube, Hello. Bilal Fastlane featuring Jadakiss and Dr. Dre. Gwen Stefani, Rich Girl featuring Eve. The Game, How We Do featuring 50 Cent. Wow. So these are songs that nobody knew that Dr. Dre produced. Some more Dr. Dre news we got here. He received a hip hop icon award, according to CBS News. All right, so this is All right, so this is from the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers announced Tuesday that it would be presenting artist and producer Dr. Dre with its first ever hip hop icon award. The award honors um ASCAP members whose musical contributions have made an uh, indelible impact on the art and culture of hip hop. The music licensing group said in a statement. Dr. Dre will be presented with the honor at the ASCAP Rhythm and Soul Music Awards celebration of 50 years of hip hop in Los Angeles on Thursday. Dr. Dre's groundbreaking early work laid a foundation for hip hop as we know it today. As a champion for some of today's biggest artists and a successful entrepreneur, he changed the culture around hip hop, said ASCAP chairman of the board and President Paul Williams. Dr. Dre is an 8-time Grammy Award winning producer and musician, as well as the founder and CEO of record label Aftermath Entertainment and electronics giant Beats Electronics, um, Beats by Dre, Headphones. He also founded Death Row Records, a favorite of West Coast hip hop legends such as the late great Tupac, MC Hammer, and Snoop Dogg, who were on the label's roster in the 90s. Dr. Dre also founded the American hip hop group NWA in Compton, California in 1987, but his solo career began 5 years later with his first album, The Chronic, which is now certified triple platinum. Dr. Dre's production is widely credited with having launched the music careers of hip hop legends such as 50 Cent, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar, among others. Dr. Dre continues to be a pivotal figure in the music industry, and we are thrilled to recognize him with the inaugural ASCAP Hip Hop Icon Award as we mark 50 years of hip hop, said Williams. Ooh. Okay, congratulations to Dr. Dre for his accomplishments in not only having a music career, but also having not one but two multiple businesses, and of course record label companies. So I want to make some noise for Dr. Dre, man, because he really deserves his flowers, as he deserves, for all the hard work that he puts into, and 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 from all the contributions to hip hop, which is which is considered art. It's not just a music genre; it's art as well. Congrats to Dr. Dre, the legendary artist, legendary producer, and all his accomplishments. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's get into hold on a second. Yes, let's get into all right, so it's not too many terrible news to talk about here. So let's get into um let's get into a few things right here. Um let's get into let's get into Mano making a fitness album. Oh wow. And this is according to Hip Hop DX. This took place around springtime. A little recap. Jim Jones, Fabulous, Mano, and Dave East are currently working on a collaborative album titled Fitlit, which is inspired by their love of the gym. After the quartet released a track of the same name last year, Mano revealed plans for the joint project during an interview with the amazing All Hip Hop podcast. You can check that out for yourself. While he didn't provide a concrete release date, the Brooklyn native said the heavyweight album is taking shape nicely and nearly completion. I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you some secret shit that I've never talked about Mano T's. It's actually an album that's, I'll say, 85% done. Me, Jim, Fabulous, and Dave East. Fitlit, it's us together because we be working out. That's our little fit club. We got some heat. The New York rap Titans joined forces in early 2022 for the aforementioned Fitlit, which landed on Jim Jones' We Set the Trends mixtape with DJ Drama. The music video, directed by Will G, Shula the Don, and Jones, boosts over 1 million views on YouTube and finds the Fit Lit foursome dropping steely bars inside the Impact Zone Fitness and Sports Performance Gym in Norwood, New Jersey. Jim, Mano, East, and Fab are all dressed in their best outfits in the visual while people work out around them. The fits are a nod to the viral clip of Jim and Mano roasting Fabulous for showing up to the gym in a baby blue paper planes get up. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's funny, man. Oh shit, bro. Nah, don't take the coat off now. Jim told Fab in the video. Yo, look how he come out. We in the gym, bro. Yo, bro, why we coming to work out? Mano came in with a hilarious take on Fab's fashion sense by asking, "You got all your shit laid out for the week?" On the solo front, Mano is still churning out the tunes on as he delivered his brash Vibe With Me single on April 7th, which serves as an open invite to any pretty women that want to hang with the Brooklyn MC. Yeah, so you can check out the amazing all hip hop podcast on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. All right. So there you go, right there, man. And subscribe and grab the alerts so you can be notified on when that particular podcast episode is going to happen, so you don't want to miss a beat. All right, Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher. Um, Benny the Butcher has explained the delay behind his highly anticipated new album, Everybody Can't Go, and said this delay by no means disqualifies it from being the best album of 2023. The Buffalo rapper took to Instagram on Thursday, August 10th, which was over the summer. Of course, this is a recap of one of the topics, and said that despite the project being stated to drop on Friday, August 11th, happy birthday hip hop, fans would have to wait a little bit longer to get some new music from Benny. And my album ain't coming out tonight or tomorrow, Benny said, but blunt in hand. Just know I wasn't as ready as I thought I was. Just know when you hear my shit, it's gonna be better than all this other shit you've been hearing all year. Um the former Griselda rapper announced Everybody Can't Go last year, claiming the album would be the Def Jam's best release since DMX's groundbreaking 1998 rather debut. It's dark and hell is hot. I'm gonna have the best hip hop Def Jam album since DMX. It's dark and hell is hot. Benny wrote on Twitter last year. To clarify how bold this claim is, Spotify's head of urban music tweeted out that if Benny's statement came to be true, that would mean it'll also surpass every Kanye West project from College Dropout to The Life of Pablo, Jay-Z's Black Album and Blueprint, Jeezy's The Recession and Thug Motivation 101, Pusha T's Daytona, Scarface's The Fix, and YG's My Crazy Life. DMX is it's hot. Excuse me, it's dark and hell is hot. Has been held as one of the greatest debuts in rap history. The project debuted a number one on the Billboard 200, moving 250 units. Yes, 250,000 units in its first week and has since been certified 4 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. The last solo effort from Benny the Butcher was Tana Talk 4, which was also his first Def Jam project since signing with the label last November. Benny's third studio album debuted at number 15 on the Billboard 200, moving 20,000 units. Prior to the project's release, the rapper also made a braggadocious claim and said it would be a heavy album of the year contender for 2022. While niggas be talking their shit, who wanna bet my shit go crazy when I drop Tana Talk 4? Benny asked his fans in Instagram. Hold on a second. Hold on. 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 Yes, asked his fans in an Instagram video. If anybody doubted me, who wanna bet? What we talking about? Who wanna bet me? He continued and quote, I know the same niggas who be talking that shit. What are we doing right now? Album of the year, who wanna bet me right now? Album of the year for consideration before it even came out or even heard a single. I got 10 bands to anyone's 5, and I got 20 bands to anyone's 10. Who wants to take that bet? While Meanwhile, Benny the Butcher recently announced that he is officially off the market and said he put a ring on his longtime girlfriend in India. On August 5th, the rapper took to Twitter, well, actually, it's X now, where he shared the big news while paying homage to his stomping grounds. Real East Side dope boy, I married a project princess, he began. Me and India officially married. The announcement was met with an outpouring of support from fans who flocked to the comment section to show their love. Congratulations to Benny the Butcher, man. You know what I mean? For finding the one. All right, so let's get to. Hold on a second. There's more Benny the Butcher news. Actually, there's more. Um, and this is from Revolt. Hold on. Yes. So soon, Benny the Butcher will unveil his Def Jam Records debut. Everybody can't go. Today took place on November 3rd. Elliot Wilson and Brian B. Miller shared an interview with the Griselda MC for their Rap Rap Radar podcast actually, where he broke down the meaning behind the forthcoming album. Everybody can't go because they are not cut like that. They are not made like that, the Buffalo Talent explained. And you can't dance to every song. Everything is not for everybody. With new levels come new devils, and I want to be different. I want more, I want bigger for myself. Um I want bigger for myself actually. Okay. I want bigger for myself. Yes. So Benny continued. This is the second cut. When you make that first cut where you clearly see these people are not for me, they don't need to be here. So the people who made that, who got past that cut, they think they safe. Nah, you are not safe. He also spoke on Everybody Can't Go's lead single Big Dog, which features Lil Wayne. I always felt like I was an underdog. Y'all know sometimes I beat it in the ground, but um A niggas is a big dog now. He said about the A-list collaboration, which was produced by The Alchemist. Just the way the beat sounded, it's so melodic. Wayne is true to his word. He said, anytime I need him, shout out Mac Main and shout out everybody over there. But anytime I needed, bro, he came through for me. Benny then confirmed that he will be on Wayne and Two Chainz long-awaited LP. Welcome to Collard Grove. Back in 2022, Benny dropped the fourth installment of his Time to Talk series, which consisted of 12 songs and additional features from J. Cole, Boldy James, Boldy James. Oh shit. Diddy, Conway the Machine, 38 Special, and West Side Gun months after that release. He and his Black Soprano family collective liberated the well-received compilation Long Live DJ Shay. All right, so let's get to some more music stuff. Some more music stuff right there. Um, yeah, a little recap, from this year. Fast 10 came out. There's some music artists actually that's featured on there. So let's go over that. And this is from comicbook.com. Let's see. So the new year is almost upon us. 2024 will be arriving in just 1 week, and in addition to the new resolutions for many, the arrival of January 2024 means new movies and TV shows heading to all of the major streaming services. You got Netflix, Disney Plus, Max, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Hulu, and Prime Video all have a lineup of new titles set to arrive in the month of January. New Year's Day will see most of the major streamers adding popular movies to their lineups. Netflix will be getting the original 3 Jurassic Park films and the first 3 movies in the John Wick franchise. Prime Video will be continuing to its run of live action DC movie editions with the Christopher Reeve Superman films. The next TV series in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is arriving in January and will be debuting on 2 different streaming services simultaneously. On January 9th, all 3 episodes of Marvel's Echo will be available on both Disney Plus and Hulu. This new series spins out of the events of Hawkeye and will feature Kingpin and Daredevil. Of course, you can check out the full lineup of January streaming editions below. So starting with what the hell is this, man? Starting with January 1st, of course, Annabelle, Annie, Ants, Aquaman, Beethoven, Bruce Almighty, The Croods, Dawn of the Dead, The First Purge, Gravity, How to Train Your Dragon. It's complicated. Yeah, right. Jackie Brown, John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, Jurassic Park 3, Little Fockers, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, Loudermilk Seasons 1 through 3, Mamma Mia, the sequel, here we go, Meet the Fockers, Meet the Parents, The New Americans, Gaming a Revolution, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, One Piece, Marine Ford, Peppa Pig, seasons 3 through 6, The Purge, Election Year, School of Rock, Survivor season 33, Survivor season 7, This is 40, Those Who Wish Me Dead, Training Day, The Wonder Years seasons 1 and 2, Big Con, Netflix documentary, Fool Me Once, Netflix series, You Are What You Eat, a twin experiment, not Netflix documentary. Now we go to Max, 90 Day Fiance Holiday Special 2023, number 3, 90 Day Fiance Pillow Talk Single All the Way. The A-Team, After Earth, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakle, the Squeakle, um, Anira, Austin Land, Bachelorette. I don't watch that shit. Big Star, Nothing Can Hurt Me, Body at Bridge, no, Brighton, Body at Brighton Rock, Booty Call, The Breakfast Club, The Brothers, Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever, Celebrity IOU, Season 7, Collision, Collision Course, Cyborg, Dance With Me, Dark Skies, Date and Switch, Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Empire State, Escape from Alcatraz. Everybody wants to be Italian. A fistful of dollars, a few dollars more. Free Birds, The Good, The Bad, and Ugly, The Gospel, according to Andre Greta, Hail Satan, Hang 'em High, Head Office, AGTV, Dreamhouse 2024, The Hitcher, Hollywood Homicide, I Don't Know How She Does It, I, Frankenstein, The Ides of March, It Comes at Night, um, Jodorowsky's Dune, John Carpenter's Escape from LA, Kids Baking Championship, 12 seasons, Season 12 specials, The Kill Team, Killing Them Softly, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, Lawless Machete, Mike Wallace is Here, Odd Jobs, Our Idiot Brother, Quarantine, Raise Hell to Life, and Times of Molly Ivins, Rainbow, Last Blood, Ricochet, Road Trip, Big Beer Pong, RoboCop, 2014, RoboCop 2, 3, Rocket Science, Scream 4, The Secrets We Keep, some kind of beautiful Star Trek Generations, Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan, The Search of Spock, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, Star Trek The Motion Picture, Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, Star Trek 6, the Undiscovered Country, Star Trek First Contact, Star Trek Insurrection, Star Trek Nemesis, Sweet Dreams, Switch, Ted 2, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, Natalia Speaks, Traces, Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, When a Stranger Calls, and White House Down. Damn, there's so many, man. There are so many right here, man. It's not even funny. Wow. Wow. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through all of this though, but you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through all of this, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right. So Changemakers 54 5 card stud. This is Paramount Plus. A Promise, A Single Man, ACOD, Abandon, Adore, Adventureland, Eon Flux, Alex Cross, Almost Famous, American Beauty, Amistad, yeah, um, An Inconvenient Sequel, Truth to Power, An Inconvenient Truth, Another 48 Hours, Approaching the Unknown, Atlantic City, Baby It's You, Bad Lieutenant, Basic Instinct, Director's Cut, Baby's Kids, Becoming Jane, Big Jake, Black Beauty, Black Sheep, Boomerang, Changing Lanes, Chasing Amy, Chocolat, Cinema Paradiso, Coach Carter, Copland, Days of Heaven, Death on the Nile, Deception, Door, and The Last City of Gold, Event Horizon, Face Off, Failure to Launch, Falling in Love, Flags of Our Fathers, Flight of the Intruder, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, Get Rich or Die Trying, Gone, Baby Gone, Good Morning, Halloween, H2O, 20 years later, Halloween 6, Halloween 8, Resurrection, Hate Shift, Love Shift, Headhunters, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, Hellraiser 4, Bloodline, Hellraiser 5, Inferno, Hellraiser 6, Hellseeker, Hellraiser 7, Deader, Hellraiser 8, Hellworld, High Noon, Hope Springs, In Too Deep, Indiscreet, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, Jackass 2.3, 2.5, Jackass 3.5, Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa, point 0.5 unrated, Jane Just Another Girl on the IRT, Las Vegas, Little Women, Losing Isaiah, Mansfield Park, Miller's Crossing, Monster Trucks, My Left Foot, Narc, Norbit, Nostalgia, Only Lovers Left Alive, Paid in Full, Pretty in Pink, Private Parts, Reindeer Game, Scream 1, 2, 3, Searching for Bobby Fischer, Shall We Dance, Snow Day, Some Kind of Wonderful, Spy Kids 2, The Island of the Lost Dream, Spy Kids, Support the Girls, Surviving Christmas, Suspect Zero, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, Switch, um, Team America, World Police, Terms of Endearment, and the list just goes on, man. Listen, you can check out the listings under each streaming service on comicbook.com/movies, news, and new streaming movies, TV shows, and everything for yourselves. All right. I'm not gonna get through all this. I'm not gonna get through all this actually. So let's just I'm gonna leave it to you folks at home to actually go to the website. Yes, comicbook.com/movies, news, new streaming movies, TV shows, and all that good stuff right there. All right. And damn man, where is the oh no. Oh no. Wait a minute here. Wait. Um I was trying to look up the music. I was trying to look up some stuff actually, if you will. So let's try to look up the wait a minute here. I was trying to look up the music soundtrack to Fast 10. I'm sorry if I can't find it, but let me see. Um oh boy. Oh boy. Hold on, folks. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. Um, okay. So let's see. Let me see. All right, hold on a minute here. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't know what happened here. Um, Hang on 1 second. All right. Okay, music on Fast X soundtrack. Okay. Um, if you didn't, well, actually, I'm pretty sure some of you probably know about this already, but Okay, so there is a soundtrack that after the movie before the movie came out. Um, there's actually some music artists that's actually in there too. So, um, let's see. We're gonna get into the track list. All right, so the track list for Fast 10 goes like this. We got the End of the Road Begins intro, Kai Sinat spinning, Lil Durk featuring um ESTG, Get It, Anti the Menace, La Tyler. Um Won't Back Down, Young Boy Never Broke Again, Demont Kennedy and Bailey Zimmerman. Angel Part 1, Kodak Black and NLE Chopper featuring Jimin of BTS, um, Joke and Muni Long. My City 24K Golden, Kane Brown and G Herbal 7, Counting on You, Lil TJ's Friday and Kai Infinite. Superfly Cootie. Cootie. Yo, I swear, people coming up with funny ass nicknames, and Cootie is one of them. Wow. All right. Big Fizzle and Big X the plug. Reaper, Babyface Ray, Babytron, and Peasy, Steppers, NLB Chopper, and Nada Wick. Nine in My Hand, Fast X Remix, Cord Hell, and Key Glock. The Tour, Suicide Boys, Furious, Bia, Toretto, J Balvin, T. Kira, Maria Becerra, um, Sig La Fiesta, Justin Quiles, Deluxe, and Santa Fe Clan, Gasolina, Safari Ride Remix, Daddy Yankee, featuring Mike Towers, uh, Vi, Cent- Santando, Skrillex, featuring La Milla, King Doo and Dookie 19. Oh man, Bando, yeah, Bando, Fast X Remix, Anna featuring Madman and Germatel, Germatize. Let's Ride, YG and Notorious B.I.G. featuring Lambo Foe, Ty Dolla Sign, Bone Thugs and Harmony, um, and Nothing Else Matters, Jesse Murph. Okay. All right, so let's get into all right, we gotta get into OT Genesis, man. We got to get to OT Genesis, man. Um, okay, OT Genesis. Yes, let's get into OT Genesis and all that great stuff right there. Um, all right, so OT Genesis, according to Double XL Mag, was presented with an insanely expensive bottle of Ace of Spades while out in Las Vegas this past weekend. The rapper apparently received a $150,000. Yes, $150,000 on the pricey champagne. Wow, the pricey champagne, man. That's interesting right there to me, man. Wow. Wow. I mean, wow, man. Damn, man. you really gotta be you really gotta be rich to have a bottle like that though, man. Oh man. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny right there. Yeah, that's really funny right there. All right. Okay, so like many rappers. OT Genesis was in Vegas on Saturday, which took place on April 22nd. Another recap topic to watch the Javonta Davis and Ryan Garcia fight. He touched down last Saturday, but it was his time at Tao, Las Vegas on Monday, April 24th, that caused him to make headlines. During the party, the California bred rhymer was filmed being presented with a huge 15-liter bottle of Ace of Spades the size of a child. A woman on Instagram, Snow Dope, captured the moment a Tao employee brought the gigantic gold of gold bottle to OT Genesis table. I told this man, I know you. The fuck didn't $150,000 bottle, the woman wrote in the IG caption. In the video, she's her saying, "This is so big," while laughing. OT begins laughing himself. "Why are you?" She begins to ask, to which he replies, "I didn't buy it." Whether he was gifted the champagne or actually bought it, it remains to be seen. Obviously, the Coco artist had a Monday fun day, but it wasn't all play. He performed at Tao on Saturday in support of the boxing match. The hefty price tag of $150,000 for an Ace of Spades bottle is the amount of money some people would put down for a house. A 15-liter 2011 bottle of Amand de Brignac, the official brand name of Ace of Spades, was valued at $90,000 by finances online. OT might have got it for the low dough. Wow. Another hefty price tag. All right, let's see. Yes, I think I'm going to actually let me just do one more thing. One more thing I need to do, man, right here, man. Actually, actually, let me mention this actually. Let me mention this real quick. Let me mention this real quick, actually. So there is this thing called the Circus Vasquez, um, which is taking place at City Field to entertain and amaze. So this is from QNS.com. Um, Circus Vasquez, one of the country's longest running circuses, has returned to Citi Field for another series of performances. This year marks the 54th year of Circus Vasquez and its 21st year in New York City. The circus will be performing at Citi Field each day until January 7th. Yes, January 7th, the cast of performers in Circus Vasquez is about as diverse as the population of the New York City. New York City, with performers from the US, Mexico, Colombia, Mongolia, Chile, Ukraine, India, and other nations. Valeria Golub is one of the diverse cast of performers. She has been a member of the Ukrainian area performing bingo troupe at Circus Vasquez for almost a year. She intends to continue performing for Circus Vasquez beyond the end of this tour season. According to Golub, she credits her producer for getting her involved in Circus Vasquez. Golub's producer, who has been working with Circus Vasquez for about 8 years, recommended Golub to be part of the show in 2023. I am lucky to be here because Circus Vasquez chose me. Golub said, "Every year my producer suggests people. This time it was me." Golub has been an aerial performer for more than 20 years. Her mother used to take her to circus studios as a kid where she practiced. She quickly fell in love with aerial performing and pursued pursued a career in it. Children and adults are both going to love Circus Vasquez. Golub said, "We have clowns, acrobats, jugglers, and more. This is a show that makes you feel really joyful. I recommend everyone come and see the show." Circus Vasquez is the largest family-owned big top circus in the country. The tent is also climate controlled, ensuring attendees are comfortable regardless of the weather outside. No animals are used in the show. And of course, the show takes place at 7:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Additionally, There are 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. shows on Saturdays and Sundays. Tickets can be purchased at circusvasquez.com. Prices range from $30 to $90 based on dates and seating selections. All right, so there you go right there. Another thing I need to do, hold on. All right, so we have all right, so in munchies and drinks section, I'm not gonna have time to do the sound effects right away. This is pertaining to um what's going down for New Year's weekend. Actually, I'm sorry. This happened, yeah, eat and drink. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, so yeah, eat and drink. Okay, so don't even think of getting behind the wheel on New Year's if you are planning to knock back drinks while celebrating. That's the message from the NYPD and the city's Department of Transportation as they launched on Thursday as an aggressive drunk driving campaign aiming to keep dangerous and inebriated motorists off the roads and prevent needless tragedy as the calendar turns to 2024. Expect to see NYPD officers, including the Highway Patrol and local precincts, out there in force throughout the holiday weekend, tracking and stopping those who are speeding and are recklessly driving around the city and around the five boroughs. Let's see. So if you're going to watch the ball drop and stuff, so make sure you are safe out there and all that great stuff. Um, Make sure you're safe out there and all that great stuff. It's not what I meant to do, but let me see if there's another. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that's it, man, because you know, I think that's it because I think that's all the topics I had to cover today, actually. Um, I think that's all the topics and stuff, man. So I'm not even gonna really go through all this stuff though. Um, oh wait. All right, real quick, man, real quick. Um, Obviously, every year when it comes to Christmas, there's always a way to make eggnog. Um, so from peppermint to cinnamon, there are a myriad of defined flavors for the holiday season. One drink that always makes its way back into the holiday lexicon is eggnog. The rich dairy-based beverage makes for a great holiday treat, but it can go even further. St. Pierre's Bakery, known for its brioche loaf, has breakfast recipes that incorporate eggnog, French toast, and waffles. For the French toast, you'll need St. Pierre's brioche loaf. The recipe mimics a standard French toast recipe. However, you drop in some eggnog liqueur, which is rum, to bring in that holiday flavor to the dish. Top the top the French toast and with caramelized oranges, and then you have your a delicious options for Christmas morning breakfast. Blah blah blah. And you can check out the website at stpierrebakery.com. And if you like to know more ways for you to actually you can check out the full recipe, and online is $5.48. All right, so let me get myself back on screen. Hang on a second here. Let me just do this. All right, I'm gonna put myself back on screen. Actually, all right. Let me get to All right, let me do this. Actually, all right, we're gonna go to our last segment, which is the stream choices on the go. Man, let's do this, man. I want to wrap this up right here in a bow. So, um, forgive me. All right. All right, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Stream choices on the go, man. Let's do this. Let's go. All right, make sure you follow the podcast off the Meet Red Chainz New York Avenue podcast, not only on Facebook but also on Threads alongside with Instagram. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow my other two podcast shows, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks Podcast and Meticulous Rogers Podcast, alongside myself, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Turn your notifications. And also you can follow me. Also, let me let you know on something here, man. You can also follow me on sorry about that. Yes, you can also follow me on Discord if you would like to communicate with me about anything. It could be about sports. It could be about the New York Mets off season. It could be about um, um, it could be about music as far as hip hop, R&B, um, movies, TV shows, whatever it may be. So Discord, G Money Stacks 555 on there, right there, right there. And if you'd like to make a donation, you can go to any of the choices, which is Cash App, $ G Money Stacks 555, or my PayPal me at G Money Stacks Queens, New York. You don't need a lot of money to show more support because it cannot be bought. All right, it can't be fucking bought. So, you go to my link tree. You can go check out the episodes on every streaming platform, which includes Odyssey. It includes Odyssey. You have Audible. You have Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM. You have Castbox FM. You have Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Play FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snip, Spotify for podcasters, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app where you can listen to music, radio, and podcasts for free. You don't need a credit card to download iHeartRadio or any of the apps that I just mentioned. All you need to do is go ahead and subscribe and follow the podcast on iHeartRadio, along with my other two podcast shows that's also on iHeartRadio and other streaming platforms. And do the same with YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel pages of G Money Stats 555 for more live video podcast episodes, and do the same with my other two, my Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, and alongside with Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks um podcast, the Sports Edition show YouTube channel page. And be sure to grab the subscribe button. Grab the subscribe button for me. Make sure you do that alongside with alerts. Leave a like and a comment on what the topics. Listen, stream, watch these episodes. Be sure to not only download the episodes, you can also add the podcast to your playlist. That way you'll be notified on when each new episode will be dropping. So, be sure to tell a friend to another friend and share the videos, share the episodes, spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And alongside with sharing my link tree, along with the streaming platform links included with the podcast, alongside with your friends, your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, the people you are cool with from work and anywhere else. All right. That's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for me on this recap right here. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me throughout the year of the summer of 2023 and throughout the whole year and everything else. We got more coming up in 2024, so stay tuned and on that great stuff. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard. You have to work hard and earn it, because it's not going to be given to you on the fucking silver platter. All right. And also, like I always say, man, New York wasn't built in a day. Trust the process, and be able to have a little patience and shit. You know what I'm saying? And also you have to also remember this though, man. Find your niche. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you love creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, alongside um of confidence and being on your P's and Q's that get you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision and all that great stuff right there. So I'm out of here. Thank you very much. I'm up out of here. Peace and one love. Be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and all that great stuff. And I hope you enjoyed the recap of the summer topics that I just did and everything else in between. And remember, follow me on Discord at GMoneyStacks555. And you don't need a lot of money to show more support either on my Cash App and or my PayPal. All right. Support the channel, click the likes so it can help the algorithm so you could actually see more of me and my multiple podcast shows that I do. So it'll make me happy and along with 2024 coming up. So you know what I mean? So I'm up out of here. Peace and one love. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I hope you enjoy yourself while watching the ball drop and everything else. Peace out. One love, and don't do anything crazy or anything like that. And I will see y'all next time in the next episode. Same place, same time, same bat channel, same New York Avenue channel right here. Good night, everybody. See you in 2024.